Welcome to my video of how to do tile grouting. This bathroom uses large format tiles, so it should be quite easy to do the grout because there's less grout lines in the bathroom. So all the bathroom tiles have been cleaned and any grout or adhesive rather that has been used has been wiped from the surface, and if any is too proud from the gaps, that's been wiped as well in preparation for the grout. This is a powdered bag of grout and it's coloured grey. Bit of a tip for you: you go to a shop and see any broken bags, they're usually half price, so it's a bit good saving. So this particular grout, it says mix 4 parts powder to 1 part water. So I've got a bucket ready, put the water in first and then 4 parts powder, and I'll use this cup. So pour 1 cupful of water in the bucket and then 4 cups full of powder to add. One, 2, 3, 4. Now, normally you would use one of these paddle mixers on a drill at fairly low speed to mix, but it's 10 PM and I don't want to annoy the neighbours, so I'm going to mix it by hand. As you can see, it's fairly easy to mix. Just make sure the powder is mixed with the water until you get a consistent mixture. It's a pretty dark grey, a bit darker than I expected to match the tiles, but once it's dried it should be okay. So that's fairly easy to mix. I can see it's mixed. It's a little bit runny. I think I'll add 1/4 cup of more powder and then mix that in. So added another 1/4 cup and mix that in because it was a little bit runny. Continue to mix until all the light grey powder has been absorbed by the mixture. Fairly quick process, and read the instructions on the grout you've got. This one comes with a 60-minute working time, so you've got an hour to use the grout before it starts setting. That's pretty thoroughly mixed. As you can see, it's not falling off the scraper too easily, so it looks about right, about the right thickness. Just give it a good mix and then we should be good to go. So the grout mixture is ready in this bucket. We also have the grout spreader, which is rubber tipped, and it's got rounded corners and square corners, so it's quite flexible, allows you to get into all the gaps. We've got some sponges here, rubber gloves if you need them, and we've got a bucket of warm water with cloths and rubber edge scrapers just to wipe the excess grout off the tiles. So let's get started. All we need to do is put a bit of grout on the spreader and use it like a plastering technique. Oh, some fell there, but just work it into the gap like this, and when you get to the cross of tiles, do it diagonally, apply a bit of pressure Doesn't matter if it looks messy, just get it into the gaps. Apply a bit of pressure, and the excess grout from the tile is going to be removed later. So just continue to do that all the way around the bathroom. All the way around. As you can see, I've started filling all the lines, and just to protect the floor, put some paper down because you can get a lot of spillage. Now, if you haven't got a tile spreader like this, you can use a normal scraper, and there's another method to insert which I've just found to be a bit quicker. Pick up a bit of the grout and just push it into the groove like this. Doesn't have to be super neat, just get it in and it can be cleaned up after. It's a bit quicker to do it this way. See, that's all it takes. Just with a wet finger, just rub along the grout line to take the excess out, get a smooth finish, and that's the job done. And this grout which is on the tile can be removed with a cloth. So we've been going about half an hour now, and this is the best method we found, with a rubber blade parallel to the gap, and push the grout in. And now the bucket is empty and the mixture is getting a bit dry, so we leave it now, and now we just go round with a wet finger and just run your finger along the gap, and it should even out the grout. Or you can use a tool Now the grout in the gaps is starting to set, so just with a wet sponge wipe the surface of the tile, and be careful not to press too hard in the gaps where the grout is laying, otherwise you'll just dig out the grout again. But on the surface of the tile you can wipe the grout, and it's better to do it now rather than wait, because otherwise it will set hard and it'll be much harder to take off. So wipe the surface of the tile, but avoid pressing too hard in the gaps where the grout is, otherwise you'll just dig it out. So let's do that. Got the whole room to do.